Question: what is the easiest way to see houses? 1, 2, 3. Open houses. I'm sure you figured that out. All right. So what is it? Why would someone who's looking for a home choose to go through an open house? Well, sometimes it's because they're in the neighborhood and they want to see what their neighbors are doing, right? That's number one. Number two, it's because their neighbor told them about a house and it's the easy way they can, quote, avoid a realtor. 3, they have no idea what they want. They want to see what's going on in the neighborhood, and they figured the easiest way is to go into the open house. That's 3. So those 3 good choices. And I'm going to give you a couple of other thoughts on open houses, but it is a way for a potential buyer to find out what's going on, the types of homes that are in a neighborhood, what's the difference between this floor plan and that floor plan, how has the homeowner done the upgrades here, or maybe no upgrades. Maybe it still looks like 1950s with the pink tile and the black tile and the subway tile and and the linoleum floors. Maybe that's what it looks like inside. So it gives the buyer an opportunity to walk through homes in a neighborhood they might be interested in, and then hopefully be invited to connect with a realtor. And what I mean by invited, so we were just talking about open houses at my office meeting, and my broker was telling stories that when you think about brand new construction and they're doing a subdivision and they have these model homes to look at, there's someone sitting at a desk at the front, and they'll guide you to, here's the flyer, here's the information, these are the units that are available. Go take a look at the different floor plans. They don't follow you. They don't come in and, hover over you. They allow you as the consumer, as the possible buyer, to walk through the model homes and go, ooh, ah. And sometimes in the model homes, they'll have little signs that say, this could become a den, or if you add this, it can become a that, or this is a special feature. It's an upgraded feature, upgraded flooring, upgraded counters. So it'll give you little signs to give you some information about those. When you return back through the original home, there is somebody there and said, do you have any questions? So when he was doing his open houses, and I've done this myself, I introduce myself, I welcome you, here's a flyer, I'll be here if you have any questions. Sometimes I've had people want specific answers and I may walk with them through the open house. Other times I'm just going to sit and wait. And then as they're coming out, I'll say, do you want me to help you find a home? And then we can figure out if they're going to sign in my sign-in sheet, give me their email, tell me what they're looking for, and we'll just chat a little bit and get to know each other. Other than that, you have realtors who hover. I had one realtor, when I walked into the house, wouldn't even let us in. She was already asking me questions about my clients. I had clients with me. What is it they're looking for? Is this the type of house? We haven't seen the house yet, so we're not sure. Let me walk them through. If an agent brings a buyer through, I'm just going to, sit in the kitchen or sit in the living room or go outside and let them walk the buyer through. So when you've been to open houses, have you been to any that you could not stand? First the house, but really about the agent. So send me a message down below and tell me about your bad experiences. For agents, our best experience is when there's basically too many people coming through. And only those who really want any answers will ask you questions. We'll sign your paperwork. We'll chat with you a little bit longer. And I mean, I've had one where I literally walked in, sat down. I found myself, every time a new person would come in, I'd stand up, but a lot of the agents were showing their buyers. So I was sitting down, standing up, sitting down, standing up. Finally said, I've just got to sit down for a few minutes. And people were coming to me, asking me questions. And it was, in fact, I'm still working with one of those buyers. So there's a lot of opportunities with going through brand new homes, brand new listings, even a property that's been on the market for a while. If there's an open house and it's something you would like more information about, feel free. And here's the other thing. You might want to go into that open house and realize that, hi Mary Lou, thank you for watching. You might want to go into the open house and check with the agent, because maybe there's another house that you want information on. And most agents will have access. I've always brought a list of what else is in the area that might be similar, maybe a little bit higher price, a little bit lower price, so you get to see what else is happening in the market. And if the consumer would like to see it, what I will do is set up an appointment afterwards to try to show them the property after the open house, because I have set up a time with my seller, and I want my seller's calendar and time frame to be taken care of as a priority, and then I can work with the buyer. And sometimes it works out that a buyer will walk in and say, I only want to work with the listing agent, which is fine if I'm holding somebody else's listing open. That's okay if they want to, but for the buyer's protection, the buyer is better off working with their own realtor. So it's very rare in my 46 years that I've actually worked with both buyer and seller in a transaction. It's better if the seller has an agent and the buyer has an agent. It keeps fiduciary better. It keeps all the risk involved better. I mean, it's just a better transaction that way. So tell me about your open houses. What other have you experienced? I mean, I remember I was at an open house. Nobody was coming in, and I was falling asleep. It was hot. And this was before computers, before cell phones. And if the TV if you couldn't figure out how to use the remote control on the TV, you were sitting there in quiet, meditating through it. So, yes, you can ask me other experiences I had with open houses. It's been an opportunity for me to be creative, to ask the right questions, and to help you find out what you're looking for, and how I can help you out if you choose to hire me to do that. So it's Carol Gillis. There's so much going on. Of course, we have all experienced, yesterday was election day for primaries in about 5 different states, I think it was, and California was one of them. So obviously with the mail-in ballots, we will not get definitive numbers yet, and hopefully it'll happen soon. But one of the things we want to see is within these 24 to 48 hours, all the political signs to be gone. Toss them in the trash. Recycle them. Whatever you want to do. Political signs, it's time to let go. Anyway, Carol Gillis with Frederick's Realty. It's a wild Wednesday. You never quite know what my topic is going to be. In fact, if you have a topic you want me to discuss next week, feel free to send me a message. Text me at 310-864-9738, or just give me a call. Have a great Wednesday and the rest of your week. Bye.